Welcome to Season 8 of Taste Utah. We're in Brigham City. We're at Tagge's famous fruit and veggie stand. And it's where all of the most amazing fruit is grown. We're gonna go meet with the owners of Tagge's fruit stand. We're gonna meet Thane, we're gonna meet Carrie, and they're gonna tell us all about what they're doing to make sure that we are deliciously tasting Utah year after year. I am sure you have seen their fruit stands all over Utah. Let's do it. Thane,
Hi.
Katy, how are you?
You made it.
I made it. It was probably one of the most scenic, lovely drives up here. This Highway 89 is just so mystical.
Yes.
It is. Old Town. It's
Old
awesome.
Town, and something just so special. You can feel the goodness of this community. And I mean, I've been coming to Tagge's for, I don't know, since I was like 5 years old. We'd go hit up Willard Bay, we'd go hit up some Maddox, and then we'd get our produce for the week.
Oh, that's wonderful. Well, welcome.
Thank you, and I can see that you've certainly expanded the farm stand.
We outgrew the initial fruit stand.
I mean, yeah.
And we're also at full bore right now, so we have everything. You came at the perfect time.
I would love for you to take me on a tour of the farm stand, of the way things are shifting and evolving for you, and then I know that Thane, you're a busy farmer.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna go do my thing if you don't mind.
Yeah.
And will you come out and see me in the field and I'll show you what I'm doing?
yeah, I love it. We'll catch up with you later.
Okay.
Perfect.
Carrie, you want to lead
Thanks.
the way?
Yes,
okay,
yes.
let's do it. Carrie, it's so fun to be here at Tagge's.
Yes. Oh, thank you.
Of
yes.
course.
We're kind of unique because we do it all. We don't just grow one crop.
Yeah.
We have a lot of crops so that it can keep the fruit stands full throughout the whole season.
So lay them down. It looks like we have a box full of different things.
This is actually our weekly produce box that goes for 15 weeks. We're on week 6 right now.
So this is like a CSA.
Yes, and that stands for Community Supported Agriculture.
Okay.
And we call it the Tagge box.
I love it.
Yes, isn't this wonderful?
It's so colorful.
This is a 4-person box.
Okay.
But what is really big that's at all our fruit stands and all the farmers markets now, peaches are on. Our famous early lemon Albertas are on right now. We've got nectarines and pears, and I mean, look at these peaches. This is a red globe. I mean, look how beautiful these are.
So gorgeous.
And they're fresh eating peaches, and these are also ones you can can as well. We're really famous for our Willard Bay Blackberries. These are actually certified organic.
This is something that I know that the audience has heard of through different farmers that we've talked to, but it's quite a process. It's not just like a buzzword. It's not just like a brand. Talk about the process.
You really can't stay certified unless you go through the whole process, and it really takes about 3 years. And it's costly. That's why a lot of farmers don't become certified, so they'll say no spray. Everything that we plant in the ground is not sprayed.
It's a little bit more work.
Right.
There's a lot of intention behind it.
And that's why Thane travels to California and does Utah State classes to learn all the new technology so that we don't have to spray. That's the goal.
I took one of these green beans and just kind of started chewing on it, and it's so moist. And you forget that produce is actually supposed to be vibrant and alive and like have that beautiful like snap. Because it's so fresh.
Exactly. Like the sellers that work for me, when they have one of our cantaloupes just right off the vine, they're like, I've never tried something like this. And I'm like, I know, this is what it really is supposed to taste like. A lot of our members that get the boxes say it's like Christmas every week because they don't know everything that's going to be in there, and they open it up and their kids look and they get excited, and we send recipes so they can try new things, because we do send things that they haven't had before, maybe like eggplant. You know, some people have never tried that.
And then it is kind of like coming up here and tasting a little bit of Utah, because you're supporting a lot of local vendors and artisans and craftsmen who may not know where to go to offer their wares.
Exactly.
And so you're saying, you know, we have this great space, we'll highlight you, we'll take care of you, and you're literally offering them such a great service. And then you're also sort of quality controlling, so you're letting the people of Utah count on you for your taste buds, which is really exceptional.
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. Well, let's go to the store. I might just take this hand pie with me if that's cool.
Please do.
All right.
You're going to be addicted.
You probably want the other half.
That's right.
Okay,
I love them. They're crisp and wonderful.
Let's do it. Okay, Carrie, so this is your storefront where you're developing space in your farm stand to just highlight Utah product.
Yeah, we want to buy locally. It's nice to support each other, and they support us, we support them.
Some of these I've never even heard of, like the Pioneer kettle chips.
They have all different kinds of varieties. This Uncle Haas does the Chex Mix with like chocolate
like
and
Utah
peanut
loves
butter.
their Chex Mix, so that's like everything.
You got to have a bag of these when you go on a vacation. You know, Taffy Town does all our taffy for us. We've got ground program of Sandinos that goes also to the farmers markets. A big seller for us has been this Utah honey corn.
Okay.
It's very popular. We've got the caramels, we've got fudge, and then we've got Abigail's bread that they bring in fresh every week, and then whatever we don't sell, they donate it to the homeless shelter. So
oh my gosh.
It works out really well. We've got really fun creative suckers. Look at those colors.
Oh, they're so cute. I mean, even these are so
yes,
cute.
little kids come in here and that's the first thing they gravitate to is
Oh my
the
gosh.
sucker.
And then of course Heber Valley. We featured them a couple of seasons ago.
They're wonderful. They have been great. This is that when we bought the cheese from them, then they ordered all our salts and jam from us. So we're up in their store now with our salts and jam.
I mean, Utah agriculture is just such a collaborative process.
It is.
And that's really what you're proving here and showing here. And then I just want to talk a little bit about your pickling.
Yes.
And your jarring.
Yes. So we've got the salts and jam and pickles and syrup and all kinds of things. We have a production plant here. And this is the other one is the pickled beets. And those, you'll eat a whole jar of this in one sitting.
Yeah,
it's so good.
And I love pickles. They're like my favorite thing. But I feel like oftentimes, and I'm just one of these people where I like have this romantic fantasy of going to the farmer's market and just buying a ton of produce and then jarring it and preserving it for the season. And then I do it one day and I'm like, oh, that took 10 hours. I don't know that I could do that every day. And it's so amazing that you're doing it because it's also a way for you to preserve all of your varieties of produce that you sell.
That's how it can last. These have a shelf life of 2 to 5 years.
Yeah.
So you can do that. And we also have little kits, little pickling kits you can buy.
So when I want to get romantic, then I'll just do that.
Yes.
But otherwise I'm just buying them from the drawer.
Yes, exactly, exactly.
One of the things I wanted to highlight and just sort of point out is that you have this epic refrigeration area where you can keep a lot of your produce cool, and on those 100-degree summer days that happen like 50 times this year, you actually can walk in and just feel really good.
Our produce doesn't do as well if it's just in the heat, so we've done this walk-in cooler, and we have signs everywhere for people to go back in there so that then we can keep everything fresh and perfect.
How many different varieties of produce are you growing on your farm?
We over 30.
You've got
we've got plums. We've got Italian plums. We've got Satsuma plums. We've got Bartlett pears. We do have a red pear. We've got Asian pears. Gala apples are on. We'll have other apples too.
You have the Envy apples.
We have Envy.
Oh, I love them.
We'll have Rome apples. We'll have Golden Delicious, Red Delicious, lots of varieties.
Yeah.
Then we have all the peppers so people can can all their tomatoes and salsa.
Oh,
so we've got to have all the different varieties of peppers, onions, tomatillos.
Oh, tomatillos.
They're so awesome. We're almost done with our cantaloupes. We're picking those at the end. We have small watermelons, large watermelons. One watermelon's called the Black Diamond, and it is delicious.
Oh my gosh, so you have what, like 3 different kinds of watermelons?
Yes.
That's
and
amazing.
It's wonderful. And then we've got the nectarines, and then we have 27 different varieties of peaches.
27 different peaches.
They come on every 4 days.
Oh my gosh.
And these are July Flames. We've got the early lemon Albertas, and then we've got Canadian Harmony and Red Globe. And then we move on to the berries. So we have the famous Willard Bay Blackberries, raspberries, and then blueberries we bring in from Oregon from a friend up there, Sturm's Farm, because we can't grow blueberries in Utah.
So everything except for those blueberries is literally grown on your farm. I would love to go meet Thane in the field, which is like literally right in the backyard.
Right behind, just a few steps.
Cool.
Thanks,
Carrie,
Katy.
thank you.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Katy.
Thane, how are
you doing? Hey, I'm out here checking which varieties we're gonna pick next. This is our JH Hells.
Okay.
So I like hearing JH Hells because it means we're kind of getting towards the end of the season somewhat.
These are, say it again.
J.H. Hell. It's an old peach variety. You tell that to some of the old lady canners, they'll know exactly what you're talking about.
Oh my gosh.
See the color on that peach? We're realizing that people like to eat peaches with their eyes first. So I'm trying some new varieties, and I thought this would be a good chance for you to try it out on you.
Yes, please.
This is a new variety called Z Lady.
Okay.
You know, you can see the color on that. It's a good peach, and people love darker peaches, and it's
like so juicy.
It's juicy. And this is a brand new tree, and we're getting ready to pick these next year, but that's kind of first one out.
How long does it take you to plant, to get the tree in,
Good question.
Then to actually start bringing it to market?
That's a really good question. Now, we can get these trees, they come in from California, bare root, and you get it planted, you have to take care of it. It's like baby baby tending for
Yeah.
3 years,
3 years
before you get your first crop.
Yeah. What got you interested in farming? Have you
Well,
always farmed? Is it
I
a
haven't.
family
I was a
thing?
CPA before, believe it or not.
Oh, you were?
But I'll tell you the story. We used to, my wife and I, Carrie, we used to sell Bear Lake raspberries for 3 weeks in the summer because there's no work in the CPA firm unless you wanted to do government audits, and I hated that.
And you were like, instead of like
Yeah,
going
instead
on
of that,
vacation.
we did that, was 3 weeks, you know, and,
Yeah.
and that's what got us going. Is
Yeah.
we had run into these orchards, and we had a guy, Paul Samita used to own this field, and he wanted to retire.
Okay.
And we were taking some peaches to some good customers, and I told him, I want to buy your orchard, and he said, okay, I'm gonna sell it this fall. That's how literally it went down.
Wow.
And I took the whole day off. He showed me the field. He said, if you give me $50,000 down, I'll carry you for 13 years and I'll teach you how to farm the first year. You can have the fruit stand and everything, and you're off and running.
Wow.
So that's how it all started.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. So I
Yeah.
just switched gears. You know, I feel like I'm a jack of all trade, master
Yeah.
of none. You know what I mean? Type thing.
You're
And I could-
master of peaches, that's
well,
for sure.
we're getting good at it. This is the coolest thing I want to tell you. And I
Okay.
haven't told anybody this,
Yeah.
but you're the first one.
Okay, you tell me, then a lot of people are gonna know.
Yeah,
So just,
I'm using mating disruption. What that
Okay.
is these are little, you put it in bags because it's got a scent to it, and
Yeah.
we put these in the trees, and you put this up in the tree, and you can't see him because the branches.
Yeah.
But it disrupts the male, so he never meets the female, and you'll never get worms in your peaches. Now I was a little skeptical.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is a little scary, so I haven't really told anybody. I haven't found any worms yet.
I mean,
So this is cool thing. So these peaches have never been sprayed.
that's really inspiring.
It's a big deal. I'm going to stick with this.
That's amazing.
And I'm going to keep doing it. And the reason I didn't want to spray this year either is it was so dusty and so dry. When you kick that dust up, it creates mites in the trees.
Yeah.
And so it really was this blessing to finally do it this year. So
It's
I'm
like
really
a
happy with that.
win-win, right?
A huge deal. It's better for the consumer. He's getting a cleaner peach. You know, they're getting cleaner peaches,
I mean,
and it's
you
kind of
say
neat.
jack of all trade, but that, I mean, you are really mastering this art and science of farming.
It changes.
Just to see all of the amazing produce, I mean, not to mention the way that you're just cultivating and caring for the ecosystem and community of vendors and craftsmen up here. It's like what you're doing here in the soil, you're actually doing in the farm store as well for local entrepreneurs.
Everything that's spent here locally stays right here. Well, there's a lot more going on than farming. We hire some really special people. We've got great workers, and we're doing all we can to build their self-esteem and to get them to come along to, and everybody achieve a higher level. So
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think that's the most important part about being a part of a community is the ecosystem that's created when you care about the well-being of everyone. You care about your own well-being, you care about the well-being of your employees. You can taste it, you can feel it.
I like that. With that said, Karen and I have decided to never sell our land, and we are actually putting together plans to keep that into the next generation and the next generation. And we're going to make sure that they're set up enough to do it, because this land, the highest and best use of this land is to grow fruit.
I would love to go see these blackberries.
Should we go check them out?
Yeah, I would
All right,
love
let's
it.
go do
I like a little like brown bear. I want
They're
to eat
still
some of them.
picking, so let's go talk.
Okay.
Let's go check them out.
Let's do it.
Okay. What do you think?
I mean, this blackberry field is absolutely stunning. I mean, it's as
cool, isn't
far as the eye can see.
I know. They're growing like weeds. I mean, look at that cane. This is going to grow next year's crop.
Okay.
This is a 2-year investment. The
Holy cow.
berries are going to grow on this one next year. The ones that were last year, those are growing off the berries that grew last year. That's how this grows. So
interesting.
not
I see.
only do you have to go out and cane these, take out the dead.
Okay.
We're going to cut these back. This is way too much growth. I mean, that's out of control.
That's
Look at that.
huge. Yeah. This field is just a huge farm experiment.
This is a huge farm experiment, yeah.
So you're getting amazing yield out of it, but you know you can do it better.
Yeah. This variety, we thought they were Chester thornless, but
Okay.
they're not.
Oh.
It's a variation.
Yeah.
But it's good because our other 2 fields are done picking.
Right.
And this one just started.
Okay.
And now we can extend the season another 3 or 4 weeks.
So your blackberry season is how long?
It's now 8 weeks long.
8 weeks. What's the typical?
3 weeks, you pick them and you're done.
I mean, it's
You know?
just so ingenious.
Yeah, it's really cool. I'm at a different location.
Yep.
I'm down lower.
Yep.
They come on last, up on top, come on first.
Yeah.
And so that's what we've done here. This is all certified organic too. So first of all, you have to make sure the plants are certified organic.
Okay.
We buy bare roots, so that makes it nice.
Okay.
So it's...
What does that mean, bare root?
Bare root means you hold the plant and
Okay.
it's got a stalk and the roots, and you got to get it in the ground as fast as you can.
Okay.
So
you're not.
It comes in a box, and it's bare root, and you jam them in the ground.
Nice. So you have a good amount of control there.
Right.
Okay.
Then the next thing is I don't use any chemical fertilizer. We used a chicken manure compost from Oakdale, certified organic. And we had a machine run down here and spread it out.
Okay.
Bugs don't like blackberries. You really don't have to worry too much about insects.
Just berries,
Do you see anything? Look how healthy they look.
Yeah, they're vibrant. I mean, look at that.
Look at that cane.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's no mites in here.
No.
There's no leaf hoppers in here.
It just seems like it needs a lot of pruning.
It needs pruning. Now this is what I learned.
Okay.
This is too long. You gotta have big fruit.
Yeah.
People aren't gonna buy it. So I'm gonna take that back and cut that right there, and that's gonna grow all the new berries for next year.
I mean, and so when do you start doing that?
Okay, so as soon as the season's over, when they start going dormant, we'll take out these old ones right here. Okay. The ones that all the berries are growing on now, and then we'll prune these in the spring.
You're basically just cleaning up all the old,
right?
And then to sort of wake your farm up, you're trimming back all the new.
Perfect. That's what we do.
I mean, it's like shiny.
Yeah.
You can see your reflection in it.
Yep.
And that's why I would think it's probably ready to pick. And then
there's no red. The most important thing is no red.
That's really good.
Not bad, huh?
That's really good.
Now, these are the smaller berries we grow.
Yeah.
But we've had some as big as my thumb.
Yeah.
On earlier varieties.
Your daughter was showing me on your Instagram account.
And it's all variety.
Huge. Yeah. Okay.
These grow later, and we need them later.
And I think it's important for people to know that, because I walk into a grocery store and I see blackberries that are this big, and I'm thinking, oh, those are chemically treated, those are given hormones.
No.
But it's so good to know that a completely organic blackberry, just grown correctly, can get to that size.
Yeah. It's the characteristics of that berry.
Yeah.
Every berry has different characteristics, and you got to find out which one grows best in the soil that you're in. So
people can buy your produce at your farm store, but you also have done such a beautiful job of offering fresh produce on many street corners in Salt Lake and sort of Salt Lake County. And then you're selling to grocery stores.
Yeah, Whole Foods buys some, they buy our corn, our beans, and our blackberries, and they'll buy some other donut peaches and white peaches and select items like that. So
when you go into Whole Foods, will they say these
it'll say Willard Bay Certified Organic.
Awesome.
And they did good this year selling those, and that kind of is a good way to get it out too.
Yeah, absolutely. When I think, for us as consumers, we want to support our local economy. We also want to support our local agriculture. I mean, we were talking up in the peach field about how, this land should be used for growing peaches and how important that is. And it's important for us to be able to support the people that are growing those peaches, because what ends up happening is that if we don't, then that land becomes for commercial.
Yeah, we'll stop.
Yeah, for commercial use. And Utah has such a rich history of agriculture, and Utah State University, and even you yourself, you had this amazing experiential education through a farmer who sort of gave you insight and handed it on to you, and now you're doing the same thing as well. And so it's important for people to know how to vote, and the best way we can vote to support our local economies and infrastructure is to vote with our dollar.
Oh, I like that.
And so to go into a Whole Foods and say, like, is Tagge's produce here?
Yeah.
Show me where that is. I think that that's important. Or to go to a local restaurant, and it's one of the things we do with Taste Utah is to help people understand why maybe this local restaurant's prices are a little bit more expensive because they source from a local farmer who has put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears and life into these products that are local, as opposed to bringing something in off a freezer. I mean, tasting that blackberry and all of the moisture, and just there is nothing like eating something off the vine or off the
That's true.
Off
the cane.
Off the cane or off the tree. It's such a beautiful thing that you're doing here, and I'm just so grateful, and I know all of Utah is just so grateful for who you are, who your family is, and and just being a steward of our land.
It's fun. It's really rewarding. in many different ways.
Yeah.
We want to thank all our customers.
Yeah.
We've got some really loyal people that search us out, just like you said, and we've really recognized that people are seeing, and can't thank you enough for everybody coming out and supporting us, because that's why we'll keep doing it.
Yeah.
And
you've got this great chain of supply where you have your farmstead, but you also have your corner stores, and now you're even shipping outside of the state of Utah for people who want to be able to partake of what you're doing. You're crushing it, my friend.
Oh, thanks. Appreciate it.